Yo guys, what's up? This is Tom from Unreal Meta and welcome back to a new tutorial. Today without webcam because we are in Blender and this is a beginner tutorial. And this is our beautiful splash screen we get. And just drag it around on a mouse wheel and we go into our general layout. So the controls are very easy. If you press on your mouse wheel and drag around, you can do this. You can go into the perspective. You can zoom in and out with the mouse wheel by scrolling it up or down. And by pressing shift and pressing on the mouse wheel, you can go side to side. So first we are in the object mode at the layout tab. And this is our selector item. And if we click maybe on the camera, on the cube, on the light, we can select some objects. The next tool is the 3D cursor. If we left click with the 3D cursor tool, it goes to this position. And if we press Shift A to make a new object and let's go to cube, it gets placed at the cursor. This is great for big scenes, but it can be useful in small scenes too if you want to place something very high or very low or just far away from the origin. If you want to reset the cursor, just go to view here and reset all these values to 0. Now the 3D cursor is again at the origin and let's delete that cube with the delete button. The next tool is the move tool. If we select this object, we can just move it around. Yeah, that's basically it. The shortcut for moving is G. The next tool is the rotate tool. What this does is just rotating the cube. Let's say we want to rotate it 90 degrees. This is very easy, so go to the rotate and hold the left mouse button and then just press 90 on your keyboard and it gets rotated 90 degrees. The shortcut for rotating is R. And by pressing right click it gets resetted. Now let's go to the scale tool. What this does is it just scales the object, how the name says. The shortcut for scaling is S. The next tool is a very useful tool because it's the transform tool and you can do every operation I showed before with this one tool. So the next tool is the annotate tool. It is just a tool for making notes. With the eraser tool you can erase your notes. Yeah. The next tool is the measurement tool. Let's press 1 on our numeric keypad and we get into this perspective. Now we can select the measurement tool and measure how long this distance is. And it is 2.476 meters. If you want to delete this, just click onto it and hit delete. If you press 3 on your numeric keypad, you get into this side perspective. If you press 7, you get into this top perspective. And if you press 5, you get into this width perspective. Now let's go to the next tab. It is the modeling tab. You can also go to the modeling tab by being in the layout tab and by pressing tab on your keyboard. You can also select all the tabs from here. But let's go to the modeling tab from here. And this is the vertices select tool. This is the edge select tool. And this is the face select tool. Here are all the operations we already know. But let's go to the extrude tool. If we select the face, we can extrude it with this tool. It is easier to be in the select tool here and just pressing E. If you want to apply this, press left click. Next tool is for insetting faces. The shortcut for this is I. Let's say we do this inset and press E and can extrude this region down. Let's delete this cube. The next tool is the beveling tool. So let's select this face and go to the beveling. And you can see we get this nice beveling here. Press Ctrl Z to get back. Let's say I only want this edge to be beveled, so I click on it and press Ctrl B. This is the shortcut for beveling. And I can drag it out. If I want more smooth beveling, I can scroll up on the mouse wheel. And I get something like this. So the next tool is the loop cut tool. What this does is basically it sets a loop cut and we get more vertices. If we go to the vertices select tool, we can see how all these vertices here got applied. The shortcut for loop cuts is Ctrl R. And if we scroll up on the mouse wheel, we get more loop cuts. With the knife tool you can just cut out a part of your object. Just hold left click and drag and go to the beginning vertex. And you get this cutout. If we go to the vertices select tab, we can see how all these vertices got applied here. Let's say you want to cut this region really out, so let's select these three faces, then go to delete and delete faces. It is not necessary what the other tools do because it's quite useless. Let's go to the sculpting tab. In this tab you can just sculpt your object. But I will make an extra video on sculpting. Let's go to the UV editing tab. In this tab we can UV unwrap our object and apply textures to it. By pressing A on the right side, we select all the vertices, and by pressing U we can do unwrap and smart UV project or light map pack. What I recommend is smart UV project. Let's do that and press OK. And all the faces get projected here. Later on you can apply textures easily that way. I will explain the two in another video. Let's go to the texture paint tab. In this tab you just can paint your object. I do that by going to material, selecting single image and create a new image, and let's say base color for this. And let's give it a white color. Press OK and our cube's white. If I select the blue color now, I can start painting on my cube. This paint gets applied here and I can save my image from here. Let's go to the shading tab, create a new material. What we can do in this tab is just create our materials ourselves. So let's go to base color and let's give it a red color. You can do it brighter, darker, whatever you want. Give it metalness, specular, roughness. These are the most common ones. And you can apply textures from here. Let's say Shift A, image texture, and you can select a texture from here. Let's say we grab a base color from before and put it on the base color here, and this gets applied. Let's go to the animation tab. In this tab we can animate our object. So let's say we want to start it here. Right click and press insert keyframes. I want all the location, rotation and scale, so I click on that. Then if I insert the keyframes, I go to the right, press G, move it to here, rotate it with R and scale it with S. And I right click again and go to insert keyframes, location, rotation and scale. And if I go to the beginning and press play, you can see how the cube gets rotated, moved and scaled. In the rendering tab you can press F12 on your keyboard and you get a render. What you can do now is go to this image icon, render result and preview it. In the compositing tab you can just composite your render. And the scripting tab is the last tab. Here you can just script with Python. How rendering works is we have a camera here. If we press 0 on the numeric keypad, we get into the camera perspective. From the right here, we can click camera to view and drag around the camera view. Let's press F12 another time and we get our rendered result here. So this was it for the first video. I hope you liked it. If yes, leave a thumbs up. If no, leave a thumbs down. I'll see you next time and bye.